All right, looks like the gang's all here. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. I'm Dom, that's Gonz. Gonz driving on a nice Sunday afternoon. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling absolutely great. It's nice. It's 70 degrees. I got me a nice little raspberry milkshake from this little local ice cream stand in Virginia. Mmm. Gonna take this long drive home, and nothing better to do than talk about this Baltimore Ravens football team as you all know, they dropped their schedule on Wednesday, and I can't wait to talk about it. So I know we're a channel that talks not only not just the Ravens, but today it's all about Ravens football. Let's get it.
All right, man, let's get right into it. As you heard Gon say, the schedule around the whole NFL has dropped. We know what teams are facing who, when, where, how, and why. And the Ravens schedule is among the mix. Now, according to multiple reports, the Ravens have the second most strongest schedule this year. Funny thing is, two other teams in the AFC North also have like a top three tough schedule. So it's going to be a fight this year. Obviously, before we get into pretty much the logistics of it, we are playing on Christmas again. Woot woot, Christmas. And also we are tied, I think, for like second most primetime games this year. So another couple of games under our belt. So the Ravens are on the spotlight once again a lot this year. So the tensions are going to be high.
Well,
So
deservedly so. They were
deservedly
the
so.
runner-ups for the AFC champions last year, and they should have won it, but we ain't going to talk about that again.
Not going to
So
talk about it.
no surprise why the NFL wants to see Lamar Jackson, the former MVP. I mean, trying to defend his MVP title. We'll see what they could do this year. So I'm not shocked. The world loves to watch our offense.
Yeah.
And I
They,
love to as well.
yeah, they love to see Lamar roll. And don't we all? We all love to see Lamar roll. All right, but all right, now that we got that out of the way, let's just kick it off, man. Let's just peel the schedule back layer by layer for 18 weeks. Week 1, they're throwing us in the fire, hot sizzling, throwing us in there. The funny thing is, the week 1 game, like the start of the season, is literally the day after my birthday, which is like, don't know if that's going to be a great birthday present from the Ravens or a terrible one, but we're going to find out. Week 1 in Kansas City, we are facing the Chiefs September 5th, Thursday night football, first game of the year. A lot of speculation towards this one. Everybody felt like, they're going to do Ravens Chiefs to start the year off. Honestly, in my opinion, I think this was a good choice. I think that it's good to get this game out of the way early. I do not want this game later in the season, especially the way these refs call Chiefs games. So I think it's good. I think it's good to have this game out of the way. I know our defense is taking some hits, losses. I know we lost our defensive coordinator last year, but honestly, I think the Ravens walk out of this one with a win. I think Ravens
You're
win
such a
week
homer.
1. I think
Ravens
win week 1 against Kansas City. I don't know why. I mean, it's regular season. We've seen the Chiefs lose week 1 games. They lost last year against Detroit. I mean, it's not impossible for this to happen. I don't know. I think I have Ravens winning it week 1 in Kansas City.
I don't know. You're a pretty big homer with that. This is such an evil way to start the season because, one, you're playing the defending Super Bowl champions, and two, so even if we do pull it off, it really doesn't matter because it's week 1. You're going to have to get through Kansas City in January, which is 4 months after we see them. So I don't care what happens in this game because you got to get through them to get through the Super Bowl. You have to. It's just what it is at this point, unless they have a terrible season and miss the playoffs, but that's probably not going to happen. So they don't do the Ravens any favors here because you put this game right. I mean, they have the last football game they have played is against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. And then they put our very next regular season football game, I'm not counting preseason, against those damn Chiefs. So it's a bittersweet way to start. I mean, yeah, you could win, but then you've got that back in your head that you're gonna have to play them again in the January. So that's what the Ravens fans, I feel like, are going to be dealing with. Like, okay, cool, we beat you in September, but we're going to have to beat you in the playoffs. And I know for a fact that you would rather beat them in January than beat them in September. So that is such an evil way to start the season for Roger Goodell and that NFL scheduling crew. Because if you lose that game, you're like, oh my God, they have our number. So you don't get any satisfaction from this game at
Nope.
all, at least in my opinion. So yeah,
No.
you can get your quote unquote revenge, but at the end of the day, they still have the upper hand because they beat you in the playoffs. So and they're the back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions. So until this team beats them in the regular season or in January, I can't talk crap and I can't get over this annoying feeling that I have from the AFC Championship game. So I know this is this prediction show and I need to give you a prediction, but I don't care who wins this game. I don't. As long as we get out of it healthy, I'm fine. But yes, the Chiefs usually start off pretty slow, as you saw in the Lions game last year. They had 9 drops, and one of them resulted in a pick 6, and the Lions ended up winning that game by 3. So, yeah, the Chiefs could definitely lose this game. And it's Derrick Henry. So, Derrick Henry's first game as a Raven, so I expect the Ravens to use him a lot and have more than 6 total running plays like they did in the AFC Championship. So, I would not be surprised if the Ravens win this game. But again, please do it when it matters, because this team needs to win a freaking Super Bowl. They really do. And I don't like the NFL for putting this game week 1. I don't. Because it's fresh off the playoff loss. So screw it. I don't care. Ravens win it 24-20. But honestly, that's a toss-up, because I could see the Chiefs coming out on fire and steamrolling us and saying we own you, because they low-key do. Lamar is 1-3 against them, not including playoffs. So 1-4 all time, right? Am I right on that?
I have to double check your stats, but I feel like you.
Okay. Kansas 2018 loss, 2019 loss, 2020 loss. Yeah, 1-4 all time. Because we beat them in 21. Yeah, 1-4 all time, 1-3 in the regular season. So yeah, I don't feel like that's a rivalry until we start winning some damn matchups against them. So if you want to win this and feel good about yourself, that's fine. But you know what you need to do to reach the bowl, and that is go through Kansas City. So yeah, Ravens win it, but that could be that's a heads or tails game for me. And I don't care either. That's not going to make or break our season. So I'll just be excited to watch a football game. How about that? And nobody gets hurt. But if we can beat them, fantastic. If we don't, whatever. You know what you got to do later in the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, you're hitting on the nose.
I'm sorry. I'm fired up. I'm already fired up.
I get it.
I mean, as soon as the pregame comes on, I'm going to be when this game is going to be broadcasted on NBC, because that's what all of these kickoff games are broadcasted on, with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. You know damn well they're going to start that show with highlights from the Chiefs-Ravens AFC Championship, and I'm going to be salty as hell. You know it's going to happen.
This is the year we have to put. I know it still stings. It's always going to sting, but we have to put that behind us to go into this year.
We do.
If the Ravens try to take that loss from last year and put it into this game, they're not going to win. The mindset has to be new year, new mindset. Like, you go back in there with the mentality of, listen, you remain locked in, you take it 1 week at a time, and you just try to get dubs. Everything else that happened last year, it happened last year. It happened.
I agree.
Stings, it hurt.
I agree.
I'm still sore about it. Like, I still talk to my
you're right.
coworkers.
No.
I still talk to you guys
I'm not
about
arguing
it
that.
all the
You're
time.
Right. You're
I'm just
right.
like,
I'm just saying, this is now the New England Patriots of the 2000s. You know you're going to have to go through them in the AFC to reach the Super Bowl. And that's what should be on the Ravens' mind. Not beating them week 1, knowing that they are the Titans of the AFC and they need to be taken down before someone else can reach the Super Bowl. That's all.
Agreed.
That's all.
Agreed.
So Ravens take it. So 1-0 to start the season.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Week
So we
2.
both got them 1-0 to start.
Yep.
All right. Week 2, September 15th. We got the Raiders coming to Baltimore. 1 o'clock game on Sunday, September 15th. I think the Ravens probably take this one as well. 2 AFC West matchups to start the year. The Ravens probably take this one. I don't think this is going to be an easy game. That defense plays tough. I think their newly official head coach, he has them playing tough. Pierce has them playing really tough. So it's not going to be easy by any means. They play really rough out there. But I think the Ravens do take this one. I think they're going 2-0.
Okay. All right. I know this is real corny, but I'm going to change my pick from week 1 and change that to an L. Keep the score 24-20. And you guys are going to find out why in just a moment when we go to week 3. Now, I'm not changing my pick for this one. I completely agree with we should win this game pretty handily. I mean, who's their starting quarterback? Aiden O'Connell, right?
I think so. I think so.
I don't know much about Oakland right now. Or sorry, not Oakland, Las Vegas. Excuse me. Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer is their tight end. Josh Jacobs, no longer a Raider. He is now a Green Bay Packer. Their defense is okay. They've got Max Crosby and a couple other guys. But, again, they're a young and developing squad, aside from some of those vets like Tay Adams and Crosby. But we should win this game pretty handily. I'm going to say we can put 30 on their head and win 31-14 or 31-17. So, for me, the Ravens start out 1-1.
All right. I got the Ravens at 2-0 on to week 3. Yep. I think Baltimore is going on to Texas versus the Dallas Cowboys, September 22nd, 4:25. I believe that is a Sunday afternoon.
Correct.
This one is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. I have not seen Lamar and Dak go at it, so this is going to be a first for me. But I think we can pull it off. I think we pull it out. I think there's going to be maybe another close one, maybe at least by 2 possessions. But I think the Ravens start 3-0. So I think the Ravens do defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
Well, here's something about that. This team never starts 3-0. And that's why that's why I changed the Chiefs game to a loss. Because this team, for whatever reason, never goes 3-0 to start the year. Last year, they had a prime position to start 3-0 or even 4-0, but they had that nightmare of a game against Indianapolis in a super winnable game.
Yeah, we should have
lost
on that one.
In overtime to Gardner Minshew, Justin Tucker coming up short on a 61-yarder, and then the Ravens not able to get one more first down on not one but 2 possessions in overtime starting at the 50-yard line. Unbelievable. This team is destined to never start 3-0. And why did I change the Chiefs pick? Because I think they are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I have booked my tickets to that game. I will be flying out to Dallas this year, staying in the city for a weekend, and watching us destroy this team at Jerry's World. I'm picking us to win, well, let me not go crazy. Not destroy, but 34-20. 34-20
or
34-24.
Okay.
I don't think their defense is as nearly as good as people say they are, aside from Micah Parsons and a couple other people. I mean, we just watched Jordan Love and the Packers put 50 on their head.
That is true, too.
Derrick Henry has a chance to go insane this game, wear down that defense, wear down Micah Parsons, open up the play-action game so we can hit some chunk plays to Mandrews, Likely, Zay, and Bateman. And I think we can have a very nice day on offense in this Week 3 matchup, 34-20.
Okay. So
I will be celebrating into the night.
So
making fun of all the Cowboys fans. Just kidding. But I will be talking my crap if we win.
All right, so Gonz has us right now at, mind you guys, I am taking these notes for our records to show like what we have for W's and L's going into next year.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a reminder, everyone, Gonz did accurately predict the win-loss record last year at 13-4. I had us at 14-3. We were primed to go 14-3, but the freaking loss in the last game of the season to the Steelers, which is very aggravating.
Well, not even
But
that, Dom. If we would have beat the Colts.
that's true too. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I
We
mean,
should have
that
beat the
game
Colts.
was right there.
We
Just
should have
take
beat
it.
the Colts. Honestly, we should have beat the Steelers last year in that game when we had all those drops. Lord have
Oh,
mercy.
yeah. That was
But
another one.
yeah,
Yep.
that was another one. That was just bad altogether. But yeah, but I had us go 14-3. But Gonz did accurately predict the record last year. Just want to bring you guys up to that. So I want to take notes
Thank
for
you.
this
Thank
year.
you for the shout out.
Yes. So, all right, going on to week 4, prime time, Sunday night, Buffalo coming to Baltimore, 8:20 p.m. Oh, that is going to have Baltimore rocking at the bank. This is going to be a good one. We have not seen Lamar and Josh Allen go at it in a long time.
Oh, we saw him in 2022. It wasn't that long.
Was it really 2022? I thought it was
I thought that was the choke game where the Ravens were up 20-3 and they ended up blowing the game.
Yeah. I do remember that. That was the year we were blowing leads.
Yes.
That was the year we were blowing a lot of leads.
Sorry,
yes.
Sorry, guys. I had to bring that up.
Yeah.
But...
So, this is a different Bills team. Obviously, they lose Stephon Diggs. They lose Gabriel Davis.
Yes.
They draft Keon Coleman. They have Curtis Samuel out there with Khalil Shakir. They still have Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. I mean, it's definitely going to be a new-look Bills team. James Cook as well. Their defense also took some hits. No Trey White. I believe Jordan Poyer went to Miami. So, I mean, this is a different Bills team. Not a Bills team that we're used to these past couple of years. This one's going to be tough to call. I really don't know. You start. I don't even know. What do you think?
Well, let's think about it. Both teams are a lot different than when they met in 2022. You know,
Correct.
The Bills have kind of went downward with their offensive firepower. At least we can speculate that with the departures of Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs. But the Ravens have trended up from that year. They went from having Devin Duvernay, Demarcus Robinson, and James Prochet as their feature receivers to now Nelly, Zay, and Bateman. So I think it's sort of like a trade-off here. So I think the Ravens have a much better opportunity to play much better on offense this game. And the Bills' defense has taken a hit as well. You didn't talk about that. Micah Hyde, Trey White, Jordan Poyer. Sorry, I'm getting
Hyde left too?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
I didn't even see it. He didn't get signed?
Nope. Well, not by the Bills at least. You can look up. You can check my facts on that one.
Let me look it up right now.
They've got a lot of missing pieces. I mean, the only corner I can really think of on the Bills right now is what's his name, Kyer Elam, the rookie from last year.
Yeah.
So no Von Miller, right? Or do they have Von Miller still? Hello?
One more time, sorry.
Do they have Von Miller still?
Yeah, he's still on the squad. I think he took a pay cut. I'm not sure, but
he's not himself.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver's still there, so they got some pieces on defense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. This is it's interesting. It's very close to call. But if I had to, I think we can handle the Bills. I think we handle the Bills at home on Sunday night. Again, this is going to be a close one. It's going to come down to the wire, I feel like, for prime time. But I think Ravens handle it. So I'm not going to lie, I have us going 4-0 to start the year.
I have us starting 3-1. I agree. I think we can win this game and have a possibility to stick it to the Bills. But I'm not going to – some of these scores we're giving, we're basing off of last year's offense. We also got to take into account this is a new season. a lot of tough matchups at the beginning. We can't expect this offense to be perfect.
That is true too.
People getting in sync. So I think that these scores are subject to change. But
Agreed.
what you guys should be focusing on is our win or loss percentage or
Correct.
decision. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say
it's
24-17. I think it's tight, but overall I don't think that the Bills offense is going to do quite enough to get them the dub. I think if we key in on Josh Allen and don't let him go crazy with his legs, we should be okay.
Yes, that's going to be the factor. Josh Allen is prone to get – I feel like this is going to be a big year for Josh Allen's legs. And I'm not saying that – I'm not trying to doubt the wide receiver core because we have not seen them in action yet. We don't know what the chemistry is going to be like. But, I mean, I'm just like – this is just a completely different team. I mean, he has to rebuild chemistry with these guys, get Khalil Shakir more comfortable. Keon, like who's gonna take into that wide receiver one spot now that Diggs is gone? These are the things you have to look at because Keon is young, as great, and I hope he has a bright future. Kid seems like really, really great. But we don't is he gonna be ready to step into that spot? Who's gonna take over? Now Curtis Samuel, he's a vet. He knows his way around the field for sure. So he's obviously gonna be that veteran presence, but it's gonna be interesting to see who takes over that spot with Diggs gone. Because Diggs and Allen were like this before he went to Texas.
Yep.
So we will see. But yeah, so far, Gonz 3-1. I have the Ravens at 4-0. Next up, the return of Joe begins. We have Joe
the
Burrow
Kitty Cats.
and the
Our
Bengals.
first Kitty Cat matchup.
We are traveling to Cincinnati to face off against the Bengals 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
This is a tough schedule.
Dude!
Yeah. And you think we're starting 5-0? Jesus. Or 4-0?
Let's be real. The Ravens show up against good teams. I mean, I think they have a history of showing up against good teams. So this is why I kind of have confidence. But this is where my confidence starts to lack.
Oh
and
no!
The reason why I say that, I know, but
not the Kitty Cats. No.
I think this is where we take the first L. I think we fall to Cincy in Cincinnati. On week 5. This is Joe's comeback year with Chase, with Higgins. Tyler Boyd is no longer a Cincinnati Bengal. He is now with the Titans. So they need to solidify that wide receiver 3, which I think they drafted a receiver in the draft, so who knows. But yeah, I mean, no Mixon either, I forgot. So they don't have Mixon, they don't have Boyd, so that offense is not the same. But, I mean, you know how we are against the Bengals sometimes. If we're going to take an L, I feel like it's going to be somebody from the north, and I feel like that comes first in week 5 against the Bengals, unfortunately. So I have us 4-1.
That's our very first AFC North divisional game. Okay.
Yes.
I know
so
we
don't
play
see the
a handful
AFC North
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is about this start, you have them at 5-1. I hope we don't want to peak too early. We want to start peaking in November.
We brought that up last year too. We We got humbled kind of in week 3.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But
so
I think this is where the L.
Get all the ugly losses out of the way.
Yeah, this will be the first one. I feel like.
I agree. I don't think this will be the first L. I agree. This is a game that they will probably lose. Although you got to take into account when Lamar Jackson plays, the Ravens don't lose to the Bengals. I mean, Joe Burrow is 1-6 against against Lamar. I mean, the only win he has came in 2021, and that game kind of just got away from the Ravens. That was a tight game in the third quarter. Ravens had thrown a touchdown to Hollywood Brown and was winning by 4. And then all of a sudden, the other shoe just dropped and everything went downhill. Yep. So you take go all the way back to Joe Burrow's rookie season, and Lamar has owned the Bengals. He has one loss against them. Yeah. He is 7-1 against the Bengals. So that's why the Ravens fans were so heated when that one year they beat us twice, and they were just on themselves, feeling so good, like, oh, they ain't nothing. And then when Lamar plays, you guys don't win. And then last year with the Jermaine Pratt BS, well, if we didn't have Joe Burrow, we wouldn't have won. You wouldn't have scored. Joe Burrow wouldn't have had 500 yards passing twice if Lamar was playing when you had to play Josh Johnson and Tyler Huntley. I mean, please stop. Just stop. Just your depth is not as good as ours. So don't complain. Don't do when you're the one playing with backup quarterbacks. Don't bitch and whine. So yeah, when Lamar plays, he owns those kitty cats. He really does. So while I am going to predict this as a loss because this is a very tough start to the schedule, and the Ravens are going to be playing a lot of physical football games, I do think this will be a loss. But I will not be surprised if the Ravens come to play and whoop those kitty cats in their own little jungle again because Lamar owns them. He really does. I mean, it's not close. He plays spectacular football against Cincinnati. So I could easily see the Ravens losing or winning this game, even though I have it as a loss. I would not be shocked. So I'm going to say we start 4-2.
All right.
Or wait,
So I have
3-2. Sorry, 3-2.
All right. So I have us at 4-1. Gonz has us at 3-2, heading into Week 6, Washington.
Oh yeah, this is our get right game.
Who ended our preseason win streak last year. That was their Super Bowl, basically. Last year, after they ended our preseason win streak. Shout out to Washington. Glad you guys got that dub in the preseason. Yeah,
That sounds so disrespectful.
I'm sorry. They were so hyped after that win. They were like, "Oh my gosh, we beat them!" I guess they're like second and third stringers. Woot woot. Preseason.
I have never seen commentators get so excited for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god!
For a preseason win streak loss.
Joe Buck
perfect.
was yelling. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were yelling at
like
the end
they were
of that game.
so hyped.
They were
that's
commentating
fantastic.
at the end. They were like, they were like, Howell in the shotgun throws incomplete. Oh my gosh! Like it's the end of a playoff
they were
game.
so hyped. I mean,
guys,
it's fun to watch, but come on, guys. It's preseason week freaking 2 or whatever. Calm yourself.
Let's be honest though. When the Ravens did lose that game, we were a tiny bit disappointed. Just admit a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Low-key, just a little bit.
It's disappointing. But I mean, come on.
Just a tiny bit.
But it is what it is.
All right, what are we doing in this game? You want to start?
Yeah, I think we're taking the win. It's not really like. I mean, this is Jaden Daniels. He's already 5 weeks. He's already 5 weeks in. This will be his 6th game starting. You know how we do against rookie quarterbacks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so and the Commanders, they haven't really proven with their roster construction that they are built a team yet. I mean, this is a rebuild, so they're still taking their time. We're 6-1 at this point. We're 5-1. I'm sorry, 5-1 at this point.
This is a get-right game for sure.
Yeah.
You know, if this defense has been struggling all year, I think this is an opportunity for them to really get on track, or at least have a good showing. We know what we do to rookie quarterbacks. I mean, just ask C.J. Stroud last year, week 1. It wasn't pretty for him. Not a lot of open guys. The Ravens like to blitz and send the house, play tight man coverage. So Jaden's going to have to make some crazy plays. I don't think that's going to happen. This has an opportunity to be a Jackson 5 on the other side of the ball because that Washington defense is definitely sus. I know they've got Jonathan Allen and whatever, but no Montez Sweat, no Chase Young. Cameron Curl is halfway decent. Forbes struggled in coverage a lot last year and very undersized. This could be a crazy game for the offense. Maybe a bounce back, and this will 100%, like I said, be a bounce back game. I could see this being 38-10 or something, not close. So we'll be walking out of this game feeling good, I think.
All right. So 5-1, 4-2 for Gonz. Next up, Week 7, October 21st. We got another we got a Sunday nighter. Oh no! Actually, this is a Monday night. I believe Monday nighter against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 8:15.
Ooh, interesting.
This could be a good one.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield back in Baltimore. Well, no. They're going to be in Florida. I'm sorry. So we're going to be in Tampa Bay against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. Lamar and Baker are no strangers to each other. Obviously, Baker from being drafted by the Cleveland Browns in 2018. I think this is actually gonna be a good game. I really think this is gonna be a good game. But again, I just have a lot of faith in Lamar against NFC teams. When it comes to the NFC, I don't want to brag, but we kind of steamroll them, and it's not. And I hate to say it, but I mean we do. Like when it comes to NFC teams, we steamroll. I mean, Lamar's only lost to one NFC team in his career, and I don't know how the heck we lost that game to the Giants. But dude, I still every time I get reminded of that.
That was the year of blown leads. That was the year of blown leads.
That just pissed me off. But yeah, I mean, it's just we have a track record of steamrolling through NFC teams. So I'm kind of pulling that card to say we're probably gonna win this one. Not saying it's gonna be easy because again, I mean, Tampa Bay's riding with Baker, and when you had that momentum coming in from last year, I mean, it's hard to say no to that, but I do have us winning this game against the Bucs.
I think this will be an interesting game. I'm going to go on a limb here and say I think we might have issues. I'm not and here's why. I'm not sure if this defense is going to come out firing on all cylinders. And that's why I was saying, kind of like in the Commanders game, how we can show out. This might not be the defense we were used to. I don't know. I have a weird feeling about this game. I mean, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, although he's prone to mistakes, he can manage the game and play clean football. And if they get their run game going, it could cause problems. I'm going to say that we lose this on a field goal at the end of the game. I think we show signs of 2022, blow a fourth quarter lead, and lose this game barely because we can't get off the field in the fourth quarter. This should be a test for this defense trying to guard two studs at wide receiver. So we'll see. I think 27-24. I think they win it on a last-minute field goal. It's in Tampa Bay as well. So, I'm going to pick this as a sort of upset.
Okay, Gonz at 4-3. I am at 6-1. Now we head into week 8 against those dirty Browns. We're traveling to Cleveland, 1:00 Sunday afternoon. I hate to say this, but I think we're gonna take an L here. I don't know, but when it comes to us facing the Browns the first time around, in my opinion, I just feel as though it's they kind of mess us up. I don't know why. It just seems to be that way. If Deshaun Watson can last this long into the season, because he has this history of injuries. I know the first time when we played them, it was Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I believe, and there wasn't really a issue with that. But if Deshaun Watson lasts, we saw what he could do against us in certain situations. I mean, he ran the ball all over us. He himself ran the ball all over us last time we played him, that second time around. So I feel like we kind of had those struggles with him previously with this team. Amari's still there. They have Judy now. So it's going to be tough. With Nick Chubb coming back, by the way. Let's not forget about Chubb. He was hurt last year. I feel like we're going to take an L here. I'm going to say we're at 6-2.
Well, this I don't know. This team always is weird. I mean, it looks like we can beat them, and then we don't beat them. I don't know. And whichever game I pick or whichever conclusion I pick for this game, I think we're going to have the opposite for the game too. I think we are going to go 1-1 against them this year.
I agree.
So here's my prediction. I'm actually going to say that we win this.
Okay.
Because we need a bounce back game from Tampa Bay. And the first game we usually win against them. It's that second matchup where they always give us issues. I disagree with you saying it's the first matchup. The second one, barring aside from 2019, the Ravens have won the first matchup against Cleveland every single year. They have. Look it up.
That's true too.
The game where we were clearly up by a lot, and we ended up blowing it at the end. Big shocker. Actually, it was, because we weren't blowing leads last year, so that was really frustrating. So I think we're going to win this one. I do, and go to 5-4 or 5-3.
All right.
And here's another little tweak I want to add. I think we win one of those games. That little stretch where we got Monday Night Football and then the Browns, I think we win one of those. So essentially, if we do beat the Buccaneers, I think we'll lose to Cleveland. And then beat Cleveland again the second time. I don't think we're winning both games. I'll be shocked if we do, because that's a quick turnaround, going from Tampa to Cleveland and then AFC North ball. I mean, and don't forget about the first gauntlet of games we have. We could be a little bit tired by that point.
Hey, man, just wait till we get to this later part of the schedule. Can you still hear me?
Looking at me weird. What's wrong?
Good. You're breaking up like a lot. Hey, you still good?
Great. Are you sure? Are you sure I'm good?
All right.
Yes.
Can you still hear me? You good?
Yep. Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
All right. Cool.
Loud and clear.
Okay. I just want to make sure because you were breaking up.
Oh, no. I hope not.
Okay, so so just to cap that off, I have us at 6-2 so far. At the midseason break, pretty much, and Gonz has us at 5-3 after 8 games. On to week 9, the Broncos riding into town, 1:00 Sunday afternoon, November 3rd. I not too much faith in the Broncos right now. They're in a rebuild season. Not too much to say about it. I feel like we're walking out with a dub here. It's just chess, not checkers at this point. Like,
Rookie quarterback. There's not much to say. I think we win that one. The defense might give us a little bit of fits because Denver's defense is always solid, usually. So, I don't know. I still think we win pretty handily.
Yeah, I think that we should be able to handle that. I feel like we should be able to handle that, no problem. All right. On to week 10, Cincy in Baltimore. Actually, that is a Thursday night game, prime time. You love to see it again. I know I had Cincy beating us the first time around, but I think I'm going to have us I think we're going to split with them, so I'm going to have us getting the dub here.
Nice. I agreed. I mean, prime time for the third straight year. Ravens have won both of those. Why not change this time? And we'll see how Burrow's playing by that point. The Bengals were kind of struggling last year by the time they got to that Thursday night game. And then once we beat them and Joe Burrow hurt his wrist, that essentially just edged them out. And I know they had some nice games with what's his name? I forget his name. Driscoll's? No, I don't know. But they were done. They were finished. So I think we get back on track against them after losing the first matchup. Jake Browning, thank you. Yes. Dub for the Ravens. Feeling really good at 7-3 now. As we get closer to the bye.
Okay. All right. Our favorite game of the year.
Is our defense going to be okay, though? I don't know. See, this is
the question. We got to see. I feel like I'm going to hold all we're going to hold all judgment until we see what happens in camp. But, this is barring, all of our analysis of that.
Okay.
All right. Week 11. The rivalry reignites. Steelers, Ravens, Week 11, Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh. I respect this team, but I wholeheartedly, they have our number a lot. It is not even like
they're not even good. That's the sick part.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like quarterbacks the system. Deontay Johnson is gone. You got George Pickens. I think they brought in someone. I forget already. Um, let me double check this roster before I start spitting out inaccurate information. I don't know, man.
They did trade him for Dante Jackson from Carolina.
They did. I forgot. So they do have Dante Jackson at DB.
And
in that secondary with Joey Porter Jr.
at MLB.
Oh yeah, Patrick Queen. Our first game against Queen in the year.
I hope that he gets a heavy dose of Derrick Henry. He gets run over. Ravens, run the football against them, please. Sorry.
I know, man. This one's gonna be tough, but I just hate it for us that we have this team always has our number for whatever reason. They're like that one itch that you can't like. It's frustrating. But I think we're taking an L here.
Really? Okay.
I think we are. Whenever it comes to this team, it is something we do it to ourselves on purpose. It just happens. It's funny that all the L's I have so far are our divisional L's that we're taking.
All right. Well, I'm going to spin this positively. There's no more Kenny Pickett. It's Russell Wilson. I think this is a chance for the Ravens to get a little bit of revenge and shut up these Steelers fans thinking they're pretty good. And I think we can blow them out 27-10 because we got Derrick Henry, because we got Patrick Queen on the other side. That's going to add a little bit of extra motivation for this team. And I think we can blow them out. I really do, because we're tired of playing with our food. I don't think we're going to drop the ball. I think that Lamar's going to be on point like he has been against them, especially last year. And we should take this. They're not good. Just block TJ Watt, and you're fine. You're fine. That's it. Ravens win.
All right. Well, Gonzi has us on a 4-game win streak.
I think we're
going
done
into the later part of the year.
These stupid teams. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
I had us on a 4-game win streak to start the year. Gonzi has us on a 4-game win streak in the later half of the year. I think either one is good either way. But so far, he has us at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 3. Mm-hmm. And I have us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, yeah, we're 8 and 3.
Yeah, we're
3 lost. So we're 8 and 3. So I feel like I'm glad that we have at least one thing. We're fair going into this point. All right. Let's see. So now we got that game out of the way. Going on to week 12, Harbaugh Bowl in LA. That's going to be fun to watch. Prime time Monday night. Chargers, Ravens, Herbert, Lamar. I have Lamar winning it. I don't know. We just always seem to beat the Chargers. I don't know what it is, but we seem to beat the Chargers
but what about Gus Edwards and Dobbins?
It's gonna suck to see them on the other side of the field. This is gonna be the weirdest thing. Is we'll be face off against our old players. Seeing Gus run against us and seeing Dobbins run against us is gonna be so weird to watch in prime time. I don't know. It depends. I mean, receiver-wise, the Chargers' weapons aren't really anything to be scared of yet. I mean, obviously, you have to see what they do with Herbert. I don't know. I think I have John Harbaugh taking the Harbaugh Bowl this year against the Chargers in prime time.
This is the last time that these two guys faced off in a head-to-head game was in the Super Bowl, and we all know what happened that year.
So we saw who won that one.
We're going to know by this point what the Chargers are looking like, and we can adjust our scores and our predictions then. But yeah, I agree. Chargers lose. We do play pretty well against them, aside from last year. I don't know what the heck that game was on offense. But yeah, I agree. I think the Ravens can come through. Hopefully the defense will be a little bit better. Since I feel like they're going to stumble out of the gate a little bit. But, yeah, I think our offense should have no problems this time. We need to do better on Joey Bosa and Mack. Actually, there wasn't even any Bosa the first matchup. So I don't know why we struggled so bad last year. Yeah,
Mack was tearing us up. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, I sure hope
Yeah,
these young linemen are ready to play this year because it could be a long season if they're not. But yeah, I think we should
agreed.
take care of business.
Okay. All right. Me and Gonz have us at 9-3 so
Yeah.
far. We love the insyncrasy. All right. This one, I think I want to go to this game. We have Philly, Baltimore, Baltimore, week 13, December 1st. This is going to be a good game. Nonetheless, I mean, these two teams, we've never seen Lamar Jackson go up against Jalen Hurts. We've obviously gone against Philadelphia in the preseason, but this will be the first Lamar Jackson Jalen Hurts matchup. Man, two of our young quarterback studs going at it. Again, we do have the track record against NFC teams, so it's going to be hard to take. It's going to be hard not to take the Ravens, but this is no ordinary NFC team. I mean, this Philadelphia Eagles team is no joke.
We'll see.
With the
I
weapons
mean,
that they
last year
have,
they were pretty bad.
they were.
At the end.
They were, especially defensively. That secondary was garbage going into the later part of the year. But they did address that in the draft. I mean, they got two young studs, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. They did draft to help bolster that secondary. They brought back in C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who started out with the Eagles, went to the Lions, and then came back to the Eagles. So he's back there. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, the defensive line is still nothing to sneeze at. This is going to be a great game. I'm glad that we got this on prime time. I know I'm going to sound super biased. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think I have the Ravens taking it in a tight one. Gonz? 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 No, the connection's kind of bad.
What about now? I have 4 bars. No.
Okay, it's better now.
Okay. What was that? That's weird. I have good
I don't
signal.
know. It was
Actually.
you were skipping. Yeah.
Oh God. All right. Anyway, yeah, I don't see us losing this either for some reason. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to us for the NFC. I don't know. I
Hey,
don't
man.
think we're gonna finish as strong as last year, but honestly, I just don't have the confidence to pick these other teams, especially like NFC. Jalen Hurts is decent, but I don't know. That could be a tough game because they got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, a couple other wideouts. Good running. Well, Saquon Barkley is their new addition this year. So yeah, I think I don't know. I still think we pull it
Yeah.
out.
I think we pulled it out. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a nail biter
Yeah.
for sure, but it's going to be fun to watch nonetheless.
Like a
All right. So
33-30 game maybe.
could be. I hope we don't give up 30, but only time can tell.
Yikes.
All right. So going in, we are 10-3
Wow.
going into the bye week. Bye week is week 14. Late bye as usual, I guess. Who knows? But it gets a little light coming into week 15. We do face off against the New York Giants. Sunday afternoon football in New York at MetLife. I don't know what else really to say. I'll go back to Daniel Jones. I think we take the dub
That should be a win. Yeah.
I mean, coming off a bye week, we're rested. Yeah,
They're not.
there's not much to say at that point. Yeah, they're still rebuilding their whole freaking life at this point. So I think we take the win there.
Yeah. I don't know what else to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. There's no much else to say. Yeah. All right. Next up, prepping up for the daggone Steelers to come to the bank. Steelers in Baltimore, Week 16 at 4:30 p.m. That's a Saturday afternoon game. We split with the Steelers. I think this year we're going to split it. I know last year we
Agreed.
well also we have to take into account well, this probably won't count until week 18. So I'm thinking about where we could be off playoff seeding wise. and where we'll probably land. But I still think Lamar's going to most likely play this time around against them. But I think we get the dub here in Week 16.
So you think we sweep the Steelers? Oh wait, no. You had
No, I had us losing to the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, I had us losing to the Steelers first time around.
All right, I have us losing this game.
Okay.
We haven't beaten them at home for so long.
I think we turned the tide this year.
Okay. I don't know why we can't beat them at home. I mean, we should. They never used to win at home. When we had home games against them back in the Flacco days, we never lost to them, aside from like a couple matches from 2009 and 10. But we never lost to them, ever. In like 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all wins. All wins. Then in 17, they started winning against us at home. 17, 18, we did win 19, 20, 23, they beat. We anyone at home. I'm going to stop that. Four losses.
You still hear me? You good?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, all right. Let's make sure because you were still blurring out again in and out. I heard, but I got the gist of it. 4 losses.
Yeah, 4 losses.
All right. Gonz has us at, let me see, what is that? 11 and 10 and 4.
Yep.
All right. Got us at 11 and 3 going into the later half of the year. Ooh, this one is going to be a game.
Texans,
We're heading to Texas again for Christmas. The fact that we're playing back-to-back years on Christmas is so wild to me, but I digress. Texans, Ravens, rematch of last year's AFC divisional game. This Texans team is good, man. The Texans team is good. Roster-wise, on paper, they look really good. I mean, C.J. Stroud coming off an electric year. You add in Stephon Diggs from the Bills to add to that wide receiver core who was already doing pretty well with injuries, with Dalton Schultz, with Nico, with Tank, Noah Brown, and then you have Danielle Hunter to add into that defense with Will Anderson after you lose Grenard. You have Stingley back there with Petrie. You add in another additional piece in the secondary in the draft. I mean, the Texans are building. They're building around their quarterback while he's on that rookie deal. I have to give credit where credit is due. Ooh, this one's going to be close to call. This is going to be really, really close to call for this game. I quite honestly would not be surprised if we lost this one.
Really? Okay. I'm feeling good about this matchup.
If we lost this one. You are. Well,
yeah.
Speak on your confidence.
I think we win this one. I don't know. I feel like we do well against Houston. Their defense isn't their strong suit. I feel like we can put up some points. I think the threat of Derrick Henry and Lamar in the backfield is going to keep them on their toes. I think that's going to keep a lot of teams on their toes. So I think the Ravens pull it off on Christmas Day, and it's another jolly Christmas.
Hey, man, last year they gave us a great gift in that devastating, that beatdown of the Niners last year. We thought, when we called that game last year, we said, oh, no, man, this is going to be close. Oh, no. And then the game just turns into a catastrophe for the Niners. I don't know what happened to them that year, but I wasn't mad at it because my Christmas was good after that. I was fine. So, I mean, I would love for me to be wrong. I would love for me to be wrong on these losses. I wish we could go undefeated, but obviously that's probably not going to happen because the schedule is very tough. Okay, but it looks like we are currently, 12 and 4 each? Yeah, it looks like we're 12 and 4 right now. And last game of the season, we have Cleveland in Baltimore, Week 18. Now, again, this is all going to depend on playoff seeding. Are we going to rest our starters? Is Lamar going to play in this last game? This is going to be very up and down. It also depends on who Cleveland is going to play, because will Cleveland be a factor in the playoff race at this time? know. It's gonna be hit or miss. So this last game is obviously gonna be a wild card, but I do have us beating the Browns in the last game of the year against the Dirty Browns. I don't know. I just have a hunch that
I
will be
had
the
us
case. So I have
winning the first game. This one's going to be a loss. We're going to be 12-5. Hello?
hello.
What happened to you? Where'd you go?
Oh, I think my phone had said I was on 20%. That's why.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Lost
So
12-5. I think we split with them, and we finished 12-5. I think we're going to know where we are playoff seeding wise. If it's a wild card or a division, I think we'll know by then, and we lose anyway because we're going to split the series.
right.
So 12-5. That's one game worse than last year. That's pretty accurate. I think we'll finish 12-5 or 11-6. That's probably where I feel like we're going to finish this year.
Yeah. So I have us at 13-4. I feel like our worst case scenario could be 12-5 going into next year. I know I have a lot of confidence in us. But I mean, when we have Lamar Jackson back there, it's kind of hard to not have confidence in us. I know I'm not just speaking as a fan. I'm just speaking on his resume. He is a winner. I mean, we can't get it twisted. Lamar Jackson is a winning quarterback. I mean, he goes out there and he wins games. I know that's not his resume a lot in the playoffs, unfortunately. But when it comes to the regular season, I mean, it's no doubt in my mind that he's going to go out there and try his best to get us a dub. So I feel like 13-4 is our worst case. And then to end the year, I feel like I feel like 13-4 is our best case scenario. I feel like to end the year, worst case scenario will probably be 12-5. 9 out of 10, we could be a division winner. I don't.
Do you
I
think
feel like
so?
our
Okay.
wild card. Yeah, I feel like our wild card chances are because I feel like most of these teams in our division are still figuring things out. I mean, we don't know. Is Justin Fields going to take the helm at some point for the Steelers this year? We don't know. Are they going to roll with Russell Wilson? I mean, things are going to happen. I mean, Deshaun Watson, can he stay healthy for this Browns team? I mean, we've seen the Browns have success with backup quarterbacks, but Joe Flacco isn't there anymore. He signed with somebody else to be a backup. So do you trust your backup? Can you pick somebody up that's going to lead this Browns team if Deshaun Watson cannot be healthy to finish the season? And then with Cincy, I mean, we saw Cincy struggle with Burrow last year, and then he fell down. And then, I mean, they won some games, but they couldn't get over the hump and make the playoffs. They were inevitably eliminated. And, I mean, T. Higgins' future is still in the wind right now. Is he going to get traded? I mean, he sees himself playing with them this year, but what happens after that? Are they going to trade him? I mean, there's so many questions about our division. I wouldn't be surprised if we do win it. I mean, there's too many unanswered questions.
Well, our unanswered questions is how's this defense going to hold up? And
that is our biggest
how is
question.
this offense going to implement other guys?
Defense, right. What is this defense going to look like under Zach Orr? Because we saw it under Mike McDonald, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So what is this defense going to look like under Zach Orr? Which I feel like, he's seen McDonald work. He worked under him. I think he took some notes on that. I think he knows. I mean, he played for us. It's not like he's not new to Ravens culture. He's played for the team. So if anybody, I'm glad we have someone who's hip to the culture and knows what we like to do and knows who we are as a team. But, I mean, the biggest question is going to be, well, I feel like there's two questions for me heading into the season. One, how is the defense going to play with the losses and under Zach Orr? And two, how is the offensive coordinator going to work in these pieces to make us a functioning offense? Because we were good last year, but now we saw some emergence from some players. How are we going to work all this talent in? Because I feel as though all this talent cannot just sit there like untapped at this point.
Just like we talked about with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews together on the field.
Correct. Todd Monken is going to have I'm sure he's been working. But, I mean, this is the time to see how we're going to utilize them both. Because you are crazy if Isaiah Likely is not on the field. I'm sorry. It's just, you have to have him out there. After last year, come on, man.
He did a nice job. Now he's just got to bolster it a little bit. Yeah,
absolutely. Correct.
Year with us, yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. He did a really good job. I mean, the passing game was pretty good last year. I mean, we almost had a 1,000-yard receiver, which would have been nice. Zay almost hit that mark. But, I mean, I just want to see like Bateman get involved a lot more. I want to see how Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews are going to work together because they can do it. I just want to see how they're going to be schemed together. Are we going to incorporate Devontae Walker? Is he going to be that third, fourth wide receiver to be thrown into the mix at times? Are we going to have some spread offense out there? Read option, working with Henry, Mitchell, and Justice Hill, passing. Like, it's so many factors that had to be put into play here, and I'm going to be interested to see how Monken puts all this together. I feel like we have a good problem, as in we have pieces, now let's fit them all in.
Agreed. Yep. And that's the challenge. Defensively, can we sustain the level from last year? And offensively, can we utilize all the talent on the field without subbing out people? Can we scheme guys open? Can we make the defense watch multiple people? So yeah, you hit it right on the head. So I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, 12 man. And 5, it's good. 12-5. I have it on my notes here. Yeah. I have it in my notes here. So I have us at 13-4, worst case scenario, 12-5. Gonz has us at 12-5, worst case scenario, 11-6.
We'll revisit this closer to the season after training camp and go by and see if we want to revise our picks. Because right now it's like we're at the way too early point. We still got to get through June.
Absolutely. This is all just guesstimations at this point. We're all just playing a chess game at this point. We're just, this is just our way too early. Like I said, we were both close. Gonz hit it on the nose last year as far as our record was concerned. So we're not giving you guys dirt here. You know what I mean? This is just, we're almost semi-accurate mostly. So, we just got to see how we play out. But yeah, I think Ravens still hold on. We get that playoff spot and we just hope for the best this year.
Got to beat those Chiefs.
Got to beat those Chiefs, man. That's the biggest obstacle, is beating those Chiefs when it counts. Beating the Chiefs when it counts.
In January.
That's our biggest obstacle, yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know how you guys feel about your team's schedule. What's you guys' record predictions for your teams? What is the Ravens' record? What do you think the Ravens are going to finish with this year? It's going to be a very fun year for football. Many mix-ups, many matchups. It's going to be great to see. Gonz, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I enjoyed talking about this. I was so excited when the schedule came out. Excited to go to all these games. Got my season tickets. Got my Dallas tickets. I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. There's 3 games that I have circled on the schedule that I want to go to for home games this year. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, guys, it was great being back. Great talking to you guys about the schedule this year. Hold us accountable. We want to see you guys hold us accountable in those comments when the season comes up, as far as what our record is going to the middle of the year, bye week, all that stuff. Hold us accountable. Let us know how you guys think of our schedule prediction. If you guys liked our content, like our video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us throughout this time. We are ready for the regular season. It is quite literally almost upon us. We still have a couple of months. But yeah, guys.
Let's get through summer first. Summer's going to be awesome.
Summer camp first.
But when we have to go back to work at school, I'll be ready.
Well, yeah, guys. Thanks for rocking with us. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. We'll see you guys soon for another episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. Have a great afternoon, guys.
And go Ravens.